Hey guys, it's Brooklyn and welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you're new. So with the new school year fully in effect, I'm sure that for some of you guys it's kind of hard to be productive, especially if you're doing online school. Then it can be really hard to be productive when you're just at home all day. But in this video I'm going to be giving y'all 7 different tips that you guys can use to help you stay productive, stay motivated, and just stop procrastinating and get your stuff done. And yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say, so let's just get right into the video. So the first tip I have for you guys is to really make sure that you plan ahead. So every Sunday or just at the beginning of your week, take the time to write down and schedule every single thing you need to do for every day of that week. And you can make this plan in your planner, calendar app, reminder app, notes, any to-do list, any system that works best for you. It doesn't really matter, just as long as you have it written down and planned out somewhere, then it'll really help you out a lot. And then throughout the week, you can update your daily list of stuff you need to get done that day, assignments that you need to work on certain days, due dates, and all of that. And really just make sure that you keep track of all the little things that you need to work on. Just try to write down those things as soon as possible, because that'll just limit your chance of forgetting. I personally do all of that in my planner. My planner has a calendar for every single month in it, so that's where I can write down all of my weekly things. And my planner also has pages for each individual day, and that's where I write down all of my daily things. So this next tip kind of goes in hand with the previous one of planning ahead, and that is to schedule dedicated time blocks to get specific things done. So for example, say it's Monday and you have a project due on Friday, you can schedule from 6 to 7:30 every single night of that week to work on that project so it will be done by Friday. And it doesn't even have to be formally written out, it can just be a quick mental note of those times and that you need to work on that certain thing within that time. Doing this adds a lot of structure to your day, and it honestly just makes your workload seem a lot less stressful than it might actually be. And for me, I find that it also prevents me from procrastinating too much, which is always a good thing because I always procrastinate on everything. It's honestly really bad. But setting up time blocks just really pushes me to get things done at that specific time. And I like to think of it as a competition, and I like compete with myself to try to get that thing done within that time. And thinking of it as a competition or a game just makes it a lot easier to force yourself to get it done. Now for daily habits that you can start doing right from the beginning of the day, and the first one is to just don't spend too much time in bed when you first wake up. Personally for me, the longer I stay in bed after I wake up is the more lazier I feel, and I just feel a lot less motivated to actually get started with my day. But the more quicker I get out of bed, the more energy I have, and the more likely I am to start being productive at an earlier time. And I suggest that after you get out of bed to do small little productive things to get your day started with the right mindset. So for me, I like to make up my bed and put on some actual clothes, and those two things alone just already make me feel a lot more productive right from the beginning of the day. When I start my day being productive, then I'm more likely to be productive throughout the entire day. And also when I make up my bed after I get up, I just feel a lot less tempted to get back in it, so that's obviously a good thing, especially on school mornings when you just want to get back into bed. So the next tip I have is actually the one that has been the most effective for me and has helped me be the most productive, and that is using the 25 and 5 method. So I know there's an actual name to this method, but I'm not sure of it, so I'm just going to call it the 25 and 5. When you're working on a lot of stuff at once, it's super easy to feel overwhelmed and just tired from everything that you have to get done. But the 25 and 5 method is just really essential to keep me productive and keep me engaged in what I'm doing. So basically what this method is working for 25 minutes and then taking a 5-minute break, then working for 25 minutes again, and then taking another 5-minute break, and then just repeating that process until you finish what you're working on. And doing this method makes your work feel a lot less overwhelming because it's breaking it down into separate increments rather than trying to get it done all at once. And those 5-minute breaks really come in clutch because they keep you from getting overworked, and they also prevent you from getting bored with what you're working on. And like I said, out of all the different methods, this one has been the most beneficial for me, and I noticed that I get my work done a lot faster when I use this method. So for me, listening to music while I work just keeps me a lot more focused and concentrated on what I'm working on. But make sure that you don't listen to your regular playlist or the songs you like while you're working, because that'll just become a really big distraction in itself, because you'll end up being focused on the music rather than what you're supposed to be working on. So instead, find a lo-fi station or playlist to listen to while you work. And lo-fi music is like the perfect music to keep in the background because it prevents my brain from wandering onto different random thoughts, but the music itself isn't distracting distracting, so I'll still be focused on whatever I'm working on. And you can go onto YouTube and search study music or lo-fi music and find one of those live streams where they just play the lo-fi music for hours. Or you can go onto Spotify or Apple Music or whatever and search study music, and you can probably find a good, really chill and lo-fi playlist on there. And you can just keep that music on in the background while you're working, and I promise you it'll just help you stay so much more focused. Our phones are the biggest things that keep us from being productive just because of how easy it is to get distracted on it for a long period of time. So setting up downtime and app limits on your phone is just a really good way to keep yourself from getting distracted. So with downtime, you can select a specific time period of the day where all of your apps will basically go on lockdown, except for the ones that you choose to keep unlocked. But for the most part, all of your apps just get locked, and then they won't be unlocked until your downtime is over. And this is really good if you know that for certain hours of the day, you really need to just focus on your work, and you have certain apps that distract you on your phone. Downtime will just basically lock all those apps as if you deleted them off your phone, and then once your downtime is over, you'll be able to use them normally again. I personally don't use downtime. Instead, I like to use app limits. And setting up app limits just lets you choose a specific amount of hours per day that you can use any apps that you choose, and then once those amount of hours are up for that day, then you won't be able to use it until 12 o'clock of that night, and that's when your app limit time will reset. I like to keep an app limit on Instagram and TikTok because those are the two apps that distract me the most. The very last tip I have for you guys is to don't forget to take breaks. If you try to be super productive every single day for the entire day, then you will burn out. You'll notice that it'll take longer for you to get certain things done, and certain tasks might become more difficult, and that's just your body's way of telling you that you need to take a break. And it's completely okay to not be productive every single day. That's normal, and it's just really important that you take the time to rest and reset yourself. So that's it for today's video. I really hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys like these tips and they helped you out at all, then give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel so you don't miss my next video. And you can comment down below any other video ideas you have for me, and I'll try my best to get those done for y'all. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next week.